I would think it's in line with expectations, given where inflation is, and given the very cogent arguments that the monetary policy authorities have put out on their reading of the situation. I think it is in line, but we should remember that it's also accompanied by a 25% basis cut in 25% cut in your CRR. So I think both go to in a way ease and help the system.
It will help the system for sure, but RBI's commentary is not as dovish as the street would have expected, and this also made it clear that rate cuts are not a given going forward. How do you read into that?
I would think that again, the RBI's articulation is, I would think, appropriate, because they have to deal with an inflationary situation which is still not very clear, and deficits which are again not as comfortable as one would have expected. So they had to probably take a dovish, not so dovish stand. Having said that, today I see that the Honorable Finance Minister has indicated some steps which clearly will address the deficit, and also has commented on how direct transfers of subsidy will bring down the budget impact. If these happen in the next few months, I think that could be something that the monetary policy authorities could take into context. So going forward, we'll see what happens.
But do you believe going forward from here, rate cuts will depend on how the government acts on the fiscal front?
On both fronts. One is on movement of inflation, and on movement, importantly, on movement of government stand on measures to cut deficit.
All right. The RBI said that the challenges to growth are not just non-monetary. How do you read that sentence?
I have actually not applied my mind to that. Challenges to grow are not only monetary. Is that?
Do you agree with that assessment?
No, there are. I think what they mean is there are challenges that come up from maintaining high interest rates, which is correct. The challenges in terms of certain policy initiatives required, certain clarity of policy that is required. I would think they are right to say that all these clearly are things which can contribute to growth.
Right. Earlier this month, in an interview to ET Now, you had suggested that in the calendar year we could expect rate cuts of up to 100 basis points. Do you still hold that view given the commentary by the RBI?
Yeah, I think I would say the commentary of the RBI, I would then add to it what I could expect to happen in the next 3 quarters or 4 quarters. One, I think we can expect that the government will be working on getting the deficit down, as today's statement in the media mentions. Secondly, I would expect the government to also work on this direct transfer of subsidies, which could bring down the impact on the budget of these subsidies. I think if these things happen and otherwise the economy is on an even keel, I would think that I'll stand by my statement that I made earlier.
The government also seems to be evaluating taxing the super rich more, and Mr. Azim Premji is also of the same view. Do you believe in that?
My belief is that the government has clearly identified that we need to work on an inclusive front, and that would mean addressing the challenges of people who need support. If that is the case, there are various ways in which it could be done. One is indeed taxing a part of society which can afford to pay taxes, and even that could be done through a variety of ways. Making sure that the people who can afford are not part of the subsidy burden, for example. They don't get a subsidy. Could be the start of it, right through to taxation. There are a variety of means that the government could use. And I'm sure it will be a pragmatic approach that the government chooses.